if any of you have been with Assembly for a little while, you've probably already created your account. However, I'm just going to show you just a few things like how to set up your account and some optimizations that we've made to that. So walking you through the account creation process, we'll go to get started. We'll do Zoom demo. Okay. Let's get my verification code. Okay, so if you're creating your account for the first time, we are now making it a bit more targeted for your different use cases. So if you're creating an assembly for yourself just to manage your goals, tasks, and keeping yourself accountable, you can select the For Myself option here. For my team, which is the flow that I'm going to walk you through, this will optimize your usage of Assembly for one-on-ones, reducing meeting loads, promoting meaningful communication. And then for my organization, if you're setting this up for a bigger company with the intention of engagement and communication and icebreakers and all of that stuff, this would be a great option for you all. What this does is depending on the case that you select, we will preload flows into your account that are targeted for the specific use case. So I'll also show you how to add these flows if you already have an account. So no worries if you already have an account and you haven't gone through this process. Cool. So this is just a little tour of how to use Assembly. Okay, so you'll see right away that you have some flows that are preloaded, and we have some preloaded posts in there to give you a little bit more information about what that flow looks like, how it works, what you can do with it. So we give you, for the For My Team use case, a one-on-one with direct report, an about us, an idea management, a project kickoff, a stand-up meeting, and a weekly update flow. Again, if you don't have these already, I'll show you how to add them to your account. And so just kind of in general, with Assembly, you can bring your employees all together in a single place and simplify employee communication, productivity with forms, tasks, recognition, workflows, and a knowledge center, which are all the pieces I'll touch on in this webinar. So you'll see, for those who have experienced the notebook, we have a task management system that we are actually currently working on enhancing. So I'll talk about that in a second. But in your notebook is a way for you to, write down your to-dos, whether it's something that you're working on today, whether it's something you plan on working on in the future, whether it's just a note that you want to keep track of that you don't really have a schedule for. And then you can keep track of all of your completed tasks in one place. Here you can create tasks for yourself, or you can create tasks and assign them to other people within your company. So for example, test task assigning to Katya H. So this is just a test task for myself. And then whenever I finish it, I can mark it as completed, and I'll show it down here in my completed section. So these tasks that you see in here are just some guiding tips for anybody who's brand new to Assembly, kind of showing you how the notebook works. So checking your unread flows, answer your first flow, inviting teammates. These are all basic steps when setting up your Assembly account. So that's notebook. Something that we are releasing in the very near future is a board view. So if anybody's familiar with like the swim lane view of a board, so that the deadlines are really great to help you organize things based on when things are due. But we're going to be releasing a board view soon with swim lanes that allow you to create your own sections to track your own progress on this. So if you are a type of person that likes to track when something's to do, in progress, in review, done, you'll be able to move your tasks, regardless of when they're due, along those swim lanes to help you better manage the status of all of your tasks. So something that will be coming in the next couple weeks, and we'll do another webinar on that as well to just kind of explain to you how to manage that. So moving from the notebook, touching on the flows that are on the side. So one-on-one with direct report is one of my favorite flows. My manager and I use it. And basically when you have this flow that's created, this is the one that's dropped into your account. And just right after this, I'll show you how to create this for yourself. Just a little post to kind of tell you about this flow and how you use it and what this flow looks like. We give you some predefined questions in here, but you can modify those at any time. So the first thing we want to do is set a schedule for this. So say I have a meeting with a direct report on every Friday at, let's say my meetings are on Friday with my manager, and I want this to be answered. We want this to be answered the day before. So let's have it start at, 9 a.m. the day before. It can be weekly on Thursday. I have 1 day to answer it. Next. And then here is how you edit the content. So if you have additional questions or, you want to adjust these questions at any time, you can modify these blocks whenever you want. So top priorities at the moment, question for, a manager to ask the direct report for the direct report to answer. How can I, the manager, better support you in the short-term, long-term goals? And then asking just some questions in a scale that you can track week over week. And I'll show you what the insights look like for this. But if you want to add another block, like you could say, what else would you like to accomplish next week? And then you can add that in. You can add in a drop down. Which priority are you focused on this week? And you can have it be, priority 1, priority 2, and so on and so forth. You can change the emoji. You can change this. So, one-on-one with Katya, and then you save the flow. And then if you want this to be between yourself and your manager or yourself and your direct report, direct reports can set this up, by the way, or managers can set this up. We have a different template depending on who's the person setting up. So choose participants. So say I'm working with my direct report and they're not in the platform yet, so I can actually invite them. So let's say Katya, test email. You can invite them from here. And what this will do is it will send the invitation to your direct report or whomever that you want to be a part of this flow upon confirmation, which is really exciting. And then once they join the platform, they will automatically be a part of this flow. You don't have to do any more work. And then the viewers, you want this to probably be, participants only or the owner only, which means that the person who creates this flow, who owns this flow, will be the only person to see the responses, but participants can always see their own responses. So this is like the ultimate privacy setting for owner only. Once this looks good, hit done. And then every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we will have this flow that is triggering every week, and I'll get an email, my direct report will get an email. They will get a reminder email if I decide to remind them. And then when the flow is collecting answers, we'll have there's a section up here that says answer now that will draw attention to that flow so that your direct report knows to answer that. About us, this is a way to get to know your teammates. This can be a company-wide thing. This can be a department thing. This can be a team thing. So similarly, you can adjust this by going to the share settings here. If you want the whole participant, the whole organization to be participants in this. Again, there's only 2 people in this department, in this assembly right now because I just created it. You can choose if you want the entire organization to see it. Great. And this one is the difference between this one and the one-on-one with direct report flow that I just demoed to you. This one is not on a schedule. This is kind of whenever somebody joins the company, they come in here and answer it whenever they want. This is not a, hey, everybody answer this on this day at this time, because that's not really how it works when somebody's joining your company. So that's just a different option. They don't always have to be scheduled. They can be an answer anytime flow. And they can also be an on-demand flow, which I'll show you in just a little bit. So if you don't have any flows yet, or you have flows and you want to add more, you can create a flow and select from the templates. So we have a very robust suite of different types of templates that you can use. Some of our really popular ones are daily stand-up, retrospectives. It can be like a sprint retrospective or a project retrospective, ask me anythings, idea management, team pulses, manager feedback, like the list goes on, self-evaluations, an agenda for meetings. So just how you find them, if you can go, daily, you can see what these daily things are. You can break it down by use cases. So if you want to start to have some surveys, whoops, let me do this. Surveys, you can see the different survey templates we have. If you want to go into productivity, you can break it down by use cases, or if you're searching for a specific keyword, you can search from here. That also being said, you can always start from scratch if you want to build, your own flow. And I'll actually show you also how to share these as templates. So if somebody has a really amazing flow that you love, or if you're mass producing flows for people, you can actually copy an existing flow as a template and just quick and easy set it up like that. So we'll get to that in a second. So this is our template library. I'm going to show you how to set up an Ask Me Anything. I'm sorry, I'm in the Ask Me Anything. So this is a great feature that we have is anonymity. So you can anonymously collect answers from people, or make it optional for people to answer anonymously. So Ask Me Anythings can be team-wide, company-wide, department-wide, whatever you'd like. And you can set it to be anonymous if that makes people feel more secure about asking questions. So we'll go into the editor. This is an on-demand flow, which means whenever you're having an AMA or a company-wide meeting or something like that, and you're not entirely sure when that's going to happen, you can make it on demand and then run it as soon as that meeting starts. And I'll show you how that works. So who would you like to ask? This can be a pre-configured list of people within your company. So if it's leadership, you can add them here, and you can have it be custom. You can add leadership in if they're not part of the platform. Katya, leadership, join assembly. Great way to invite people from here. And so whoever is in leadership, whoever is configured in that will be the people that can be selected from this. And those questions can be more specifically directed at those people. And then what would you like to ask? Now we'll get into the sharing. Just move this out of the way. So how you configure something to be anonymous or anonymous optional. Again, participants and viewers, you can have it be the entire organization for this if you want everybody to be able to see these questions. If you did want to make it more private, you can select owners only, or you can make it custom and say you wanted to select a department. That's, we don't have anybody in this platform with departments yet, but you can select departments from here. And confirm. Oh, sorry. One thing I forgot to show you. So here's how you configure anonymity. So right now, by default, this flow responses are not anonymous, but you can change this. So you can have it be anonymous responses are optional, or all responses are anonymous. So we'll just do anonymous responses are optional here. And I'll show you what this looks like to answer. So if I want to run this flow now, so say the AMA is about to start, I want everybody to be who's a participant to answer it. So if you want everybody in your company to be somebody who can contribute to this, you'll make it entire org, and then everybody in your org will be, so you see how this popped up in answer now. So everybody in your assembly will know, okay, this is running, let's answer it now. So we can have this, so select the people that you want to be asked these questions, testing and AMA. So you can post anonymously here. And you'll see here that it's posted as anonymous. So This is a great way for people to safely ask questions that they might not feel comfortable asking when their name is associated to it. So that's how you do it. You can change, you can change the settings if you'd like, but this is how you configure an anonymous flow. One more flow that I'm going to demo to you is an idea management one. So this is also an answer anytime. So ideas are not like, hey, on Friday, everybody tell me your ideas. This can be when anybody has an idea, they can come to this flow and contribute an idea for people within your assembly to see. So we use this at assembly. We use this. It's really great. Our engineers contribute ideas. Our sales team contributes ideas. And then as a product team, we field those ideas and we even implement some of them. So it's a great way to give people, make them feel like they're contributing to the product instead of just doing whatever product says. And it's a really great relationship that we have established with our engineers and our sales team and marketing at assembly. And this is all kind of based on their experiences with the product. So it's a really well-rounded way to see how other people are thinking about your product from within your company. I think some of the best ideas can come from within. So I'm a big fan of this one. So the idea management portal, again, just really quickly share settings. Let's make this, I want to make this the entire organization. And I want to make the viewers the entire organization. I want this to be a really open, company-wide thing. You can also, again, select departments and stuff. Responses are not anonymous. You can change that whenever you want. And if I want to edit the questions, again, you go into the editor. Here's the content. What's the name of the idea? Describe the idea. Who is it for? What differentiates it from what already exists? Why would someone use this again and again? So just some questions. Again, you can modify these and you can add more blocks. It's completely customizable. So this flow is saved and it's already there for you. It exists and it's something that you have access to at all times, you and your entire company. That's how you want to do it. If you really love somebody's template or somebody's flow, you can duplicate the flow or share it as a template. So say you notice something and you want to pass this on to another manager, you can share it as a template. This will copy the link. Whomever you send it to will receive this, and the second they open that link, they'll be dropped into the editor. One click of a button, that flow is theirs as well. It's really, really nice. So kind of just to show you that. Use this template. And then here, configure if you want it to be scheduled, on demand, whatever. Content's the same. Create flow, one button, and that's all it takes. Share it with your team. Super, super easy. You're a leader and you want to set up one-on-ones for all of the managers on your team. You can, you're like, hey, I created this and I want to duplicate this. You duplicate it, sets it up. You can change the owner to be someone else in the company. Create the flow. Everything is just like simple with the click of a button. So very easy to churn out flows and get them distributed to your team. Let's say I want to recognize Katya. Thank you, Katya, for always putting together the most amazing webinars. It's such a pleasure to work with you, and I look to all the webinars to come. Core value, she takes initiative. And then I want to give her some points to celebrate her, accomplishments. Post. And there it is. Katya receives 10 points from me. This is a public recognition. And you can create your own versions of recognition if you want it to be more private or more focused. But this is one that we provide you out of the box. That's a company-wide give recognition experience. So let's say I want to answer daily stand-up. How am I feeling? I'm ready to crush. What did I get done yesterday? Test. Nope. And then I want to add a GIF. And there it is, daily stand up. We use this again on a daily basis. If people are unable to attend our physical stand-up meeting, this is a great way for people to tell us what they're working on. You can interact with it. You can reply, test reply. You can react with an emoji. You can tag people. So it's a very interactive way, again, to like, hey, I saw you're working on this, and then ask questions or comment on it or something like that. This visibility, you can make it, again, company-wide if you're small, or you can make it team focused by department, or you can individually add people to this flow if you have a small team. We have every 3 weeks a sprint retrospective, and we are a team that operates in 2 different time zones. So the synchronous communication can be a challenge sometimes, but this is a really great way for people to reflect on, especially this is mainly focused towards engineers and product, really focus on the things that they've done in the last 3 weeks. We started by asking everybody to choose a gift that represents how the sprint went for you. We ask what went well, what could have gotten better, what we should continue doing. And then my favorite piece is choosing a teammate or teammates to celebrate who did something awesome this sprint. So, let's say this is definitely how I feel about the sprint. And then what went well, what could have gone better. I'm just breezing through these for the sake of this demo, but baking in recognition into some of these other processes that you already have as a team. Give recognition is meant to be, when it happens right then and there spontaneously. But this is another opportunity for you to call out a person or people within your team or company that really did something amazing, and just showcase it to everybody else. Because again, a lot of these things happen off to the side or out of sight or between 2 people on computers, not even in person. So I love this piece of our sprint retrospective, and you can bake this celebration into any flow that you want. You can add the give points block, which is the person selection and giving of points, into any flow that you want, literally any flow, which is amazing. Talking about giving and receiving of points, what happens to those points? So if you're a paid account in Assembly, you have the option to configure gift cards, swag, charities, and then culture rewards are something that's available to all customers, just not just paid. So free customers can configure any sort of custom culture rewards that you want. So these don't cost anything. So the cost is just kind of what you want to set. It doesn't actually equate to any dollar value like gift cards and charities do. So I'll show you in just a second how to set these up, but this is what the rewards catalog looks like for your users. So I have 4,200 points. I want to spend it all on Amazon. I could do this and then redeem, and then in my inbox I receive an email with a gift card that I can redeem at Adidas. We have a pretty robust suite. As you can see, there's 192 gift cards. If you are in a different country, we'll auto detect which country you're in so that you are only shown gift cards that can be used in your country. So I was just in Spain. So these are all of the gift cards that were available to me in Spain. And there are some universal ones. So we cover just about every country, but there are some universal ones that are available. It's mainly Amazon and potentially a Visa gift card. So no matter where you are, there's something that you can do with these points. Another favorite of mine are charity donations. Some of these are US based, some of these are international. So you can, similarly to gift cards, you can select a charity that you feel passionately about or you want to contribute to, and you can redeem your rewards for a charitable donation, which is something that I really love about Assembly. Swag, this is something that requires an Axomo subscription. So we partnered with Axomo to bring in whatever your swag catalog is there to allow you and your team to redeem your points for swag, which is a really cool option. So just to really quickly to configure these rewards, you go to here, you go to gift cards, So this is, we'll show you all of the gift cards that are available in, we don't control these gift cards. We import them from a third party. So whenever they add gift cards, we add it into our catalog as well. So you can individually manage if you want to do all countries. You can turn all cards off, or you can turn them on. You can individually select which ones you want to be configured. If you're like, hey, we have a team in Canada, but we don't want them to have gift card access. So you just want them to have culture rewards, for example. You can turn all cards off in a specific country if you'd like. So similarly, it's for charitable donations. They operate the same exact way. Culture rewards is, again, this is we offer these as well as paid rewards, because some culture rewards are really, really cool. Like you might have something that's super unique to your company or to your team that you want to offer somebody. So say you have somebody that really loves to work on a side passion project. You can create a culture reward that's like, take a day off every month to work on your passion project. Or you can have it be like, get a book on us, and you can have it be redeem your points for a book of your choice. Let's say we make that 300 points to redeem. You upload an image. I don't even know if I have any, maybe just a random screenshot for now. You can pick a much nicer image, but I'm just doing this for the sake of the demo. And then you'll see if I go back to here, and I go to my rewards catalog, culture, it's right here. And this can be redeemed at any time. And what happens when you redeem a culture reward is this is fulfilled by the admins in your assembly. So the admins will get an email saying, hey, this person redeemed this culture reward for, on this date. And then it's up to the admins in your assembly to fulfill that order. So making sure that that person who redeemed the reward gets it. This is not something that we control, again, because we have no idea what your culture rewards are. So these are, the fulfillment is on you all within your assembly. So you want to track how engaged your people are. You're giving, you're receiving points. You want to see like, how are people actually like, you want to aggregate your data. You want to see, okay, we asked that question at the beginning of daily stand-up, like, how are you feeling? And this, our insights, is something that's available to all flow owners. So if you own the flow, you can see like, okay, how many times has this been started? How many times has it been responded to? What's the completion rate? You can see on a daily basis, in this case, like who all has responded. So you can know, okay, these people are very engaged. These people are using this tool. And then if there are people that you're not seeing on there, you can find ways to engage them as well. So something that I love, like if you want to see in a snapshot how your team is genuinely feeling about their work on a day-to-day basis, like you'll see we barely have any people that say meh or yikes. So like generally people are very excited to start their day and work and do their work within assembly. So we have happy, excited, and ready to crash. Like this in a snapshot can tell you so much about your team and how they're feeling. So this is how we organize a drop down in our insights. And then if you want to just like, okay, I want to download this data and I want to just like do a search for words. I want to identify some keywords. I want to like do a little bit of an analysis on this. You can export this data and manipulate it however you want, but this gives you on a day-by-day basis, like what are people working on? You can filter by people. So let's filter by me. So I'm usually ready to crush. I'm excited. Here are all of my answers ever. What do you plan on doing today? I rarely have any obstacles. I don't know if I've ever said that I have. So you can filter by, if you're like, oh, I want to see how this person is doing, you can filter by them. You can filter by manager status, non-managers, you can filter by departments. Really powerful. You can see trends over time. So total responses by week. I'm just filtering by myself, so let me clear this. So total responses by week. this is pretty solid. Like we have a team of just over 30. So generally, we get people, almost everybody, engaging with this flow every week. You can see the trends about how people are feeling. And then with open-ended blocks, it's a little bit less exciting. It's just we're tracking who's answered it, who hasn't, because open-ended is just obviously so open. Other things just to kind of show you, actually, I don't own this one. So we have other flows that you can use. So I can show you sprint retrospective, for example, going to the insights here. We link you to the GIFs in here. So you can see like who has been celebrated a lot in here. So you want to see like, okay, these people have been, you can expand this too. And all of this is exportable. So a lot, it can be hard to, put 30 people inside of this graphic at one time, but no worries if you don't see them on here, they are included in the data and you can download this. So you can see like who's being recognized a lot. Like these are some great numbers over the course of this flow, and you can see like who's not being recognized as much. So just a great way to visualize very quickly and kind of dig into this after the fact. You can see what are all the amazing things that they did. If you're filtering by a person, you can export all of the amazing things that that person has done, and you can use that when it's time for a promotion or a salary increase, or just in general, understanding how your team's feeling about each other. So again, these insights are available to the flow owner. In the future, we're going to be introducing this concept of a collaborator where more than one person can look at this data, they can edit the flow, they can share it with other people. So that's coming soon, but right now it's whoever the owner is has the only control over this. Say you have a flow where you upload training materials, or you upload company documentation, or you upload cute pictures of pets. That will all live in this knowledge center. This is kind of like a file manager for you all. So if you have, let's say, Pets of Assembly is a great one. All pictures that have ever been shared in our Pets of Assembly live here, which is really cool. So we have a lot of people with pets on our team, and this used to be something that we had in Slack, and we moved it fully to Assembly. And so people just post their cute pets whenever there's something cute to share. And if you want to see them all in one place, you can do it here. On a more potentially serious note, even though pets are pretty serious, say you have like a learning and development flow that you want to contribute videos or PDFs or docs, you can add them all into that flow, and then you can filter it by here. So I don't know if we have that one per se, but let's say we have, oh, we got rid of our wiki. But if you have like a company wiki, or actually weekly demos is a great one for us. So we have a weekly demo. It's an asynchronous demo flow that we have. This is like one of our most popular flows. So anytime an engineer is working on something or product design, we share Loom videos, and you can find all of those right here in your knowledge center. So it's really however you want to use it. How you put things in the knowledge center is by answering the flow, adding those materials into the flow post. This helps you like very cleanly and concisely organize it into folders or into like shared in. Instead of it being a free-for-all without anything being organized, you add it to your flow and then it shows up here and it's organized. You can see who posted it, you can see the file type, and you can see the flow that it has been demoed in, and you can filter by the dates. So a really cool thing that is available to everybody in Assembly, and it's just a great way to track assets that are shared instead of kind of having to dig through Slack or having to dig through all of the posts and see like who attached what when. We what's the word, curate them here for you. And that essentially is like the core pieces of Assembly, all the different things that you can do with it. You can do all of this for yourself. You can do all of this for a team or a department, or you can do all of this for an entire company. It's incredibly flexible. And it's just a really great way to bring, I mean, you can see here, all of these flows that we have. Some are used on a daily basis, some are used on a quarterly basis, some are used on demand. It's a great way for you to just stop using like 30 different tools for, to accomplish each of these individual things and bring them all into one place, on top of the ability to recognize and reward everybody in your company and, keep track of that over time.